Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. What a difference today makes with the weather, hey? Hopefully the sun will come out later on and we can get outside a little bit. Let's get started. So we're going to start with our neck stretches. So we're going to tip the head over to one side, bringing the hand over onto the ear, reaching the arm away. We're just taking nice deep breaths in and out here. Really lengthen the arm away, so stretching down the neck. Swapping sides, tipping the head over. Take the hand across, reaching that arm away. One more time on each side, tipping over. Bring the head across, reach the arm long and away. Last time, tipping over. The arm comes across, reaching away. Good, from here we're going to lay on our backs. Just take this top off, it's a lot hotter than I thought it was. So as you're laying on your back, you want to have those knees bent and your feet on the floor. And you want to be laying with that slight curve underneath your lower back. Just rest those arms down beside you. And we're going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking those nice deep breaths in and out, we want to think about having torches on each of our hip bones. They're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body relaxed, the shoulders are away from the ears. The chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight even through those feet. So remember, big toe, little toe, and heel. Just start to gently tighten through the tummy. From here, as you breathe out, we're going to tip the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the floor. Holding there to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale to release out. Tucking under to flatten. Releasing out. So as you're tucking under, you want to find a really strong flat back position. And we're using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. So try and avoid squeezing your bottom here if you can. On this next one, we're holding our flat back position. So we're tucking under to hold. So you should feel like you're sinking into the floor as much as you can here. As you breathe out, we're going to tighten as much as we can through the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we still want to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, get them away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. If you are feeling really tense, just turn your palms up so that they face the ceiling, and that's just going to help to open everything up through the upper body. You're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine. And we're keeping that weight placement even through the feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to have one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So now your flat back position should feel nice and strong. We're using those tummy muscles and the pelvic floor to help us to stay there. We're going to bring those legs into tabletop. So bring your knees up above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. From there we're going to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're going to tip both legs over to the side, releasing that hip from the floor. Inhale to the centre. Swapping sides, tipping over, releasing that hip. Back to the centre. So although this hip is releasing from the floor, you're keeping your shoulders in contact with your mat. You're looking up towards the ceiling. Use your tummy muscles to take you to the side, to bring you back to the centre, and again over onto the other side. Find that flat back in the middle. Use your pelvic floor. We've got two more on each side. We're tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. Last one on each side. We're tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. From there, hug those knees in and just take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to be going on to our hands and knees for our stretch in our back. So remember, You can grab a drink in between exercises if you need to. I'm going to take those hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We want this tummy already nice and tightened. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under. You're curving the back. So we're arching the spine and dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to let the pelvis go back out to your start position. Working through the spine and lifting the head. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. And releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. And we lift the head. So you want to get lots of movement through the back. So you're working into each section of your spine, piece by piece. So if you have any areas that feel stiff or sore, you're just slowing them down. Think of moving each vertebrae one by one. So as we're curving the back, think of pulling the tummy all the way in. And as you're releasing back to your start position, let the shoulders come away from the ears. We've got two more here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. Lifting up. This is your last one. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, and then we're releasing out through the spine, and the head lifts. From here we push ourselves back into a shell stretch, bottom to the feet, reaching those arms out long. Good, and from there, we're going to be going on to our sides. So as we lay on our side, we want to bring those hands or arms, nice and long, palm to palm. The knees are bent, legs are directly on top of one another. We're resting that head down onto the floor. From here, we're going to lift this top arm up so our fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take a stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So we want the legs glued together, they're grounded. That means you're going to get this twist through your waist. Nice deep breaths. The arm is stretching, reach from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can. Keeping a good range of movement through the neck. Opening up in the chest. We're going to take 2 more here. We're lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you as we twist away. Holding here to stretch before we lift up and over to come down palm to palm. This is your last one. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold before coming back up and over to come down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides. It's exactly the same thing, just laying on the other side or facing the other direction. So laying with those knees bent, stacked on top of one another, arms are nice and long, palm to palm. You're resting your head down. We're going to lift that top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, you're twisting away. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to lift back up and over to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So remember the legs are glued together and grounded. We want to get this twist through the waist. Nice deep breaths. I want to stretch that arm from the fingertips to the ceiling. No, reach the fingertips to the ceiling, sorry, and then all the way into your armpit. And we'll get this nice open position through the chest. We're going to look towards that hand, to make sure you're keeping a good range of movement through both sides of your neck. Let's take 2 more here. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away. Holding here to stretch before lifting up and over to come down palm to palm. This is your last one. We're lifting up. Take the head with you, Twisting away, we hold before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. From there, I want you to roll onto your back and take a full body stretch. If you need a drink, grab one, but we are going to be on our backs for the next exercise. Just grab this. So as you lay on your back, we're going to be in a neutral position. So you want to have that slight curve underneath your lower spine. So you've got that curve where you can get your hands underneath. You want those knees bent, feet on the floor, and just begin with those hands resting down beside you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. As you exhale, you're going to lift those shoulders away, reach the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest, lifting up, holding here, control back down. Excuse me. So you want to be pulling that tummy all the way down to give you your lift. Your chin to chest position is just there. Take that nod and release some tension through the neck. So I want you to think big nod of the head, then tightening down to give you that lift. I'm going to reach those arms nice and long and away, get the shoulders away from the ears. Tighten the pelvic floor. Nice deep breaths. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest, lifting up. You hold. Control back down. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So from here, the start is going to stay pretty much the same, just adding on a little reach with the arms, same as we've done all week if you have joined in. So still going chin to chest, you're lifting those shoulders up. Reach one hand towards the foot on the same side. The other arm just stays beside the leg. Back to the centre and down. We're swapping sides, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over, back to the centre and down. You can support the head here if you need to. Just make sure that you're taking that hand away as you reach to the arm and that your hand is on the head and not on your neck. Breathe. Doesn't matter if you breathe as and when you need to, but you shouldn't be holding the breath at any time. So you're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor, using that chin to chest position. Keep the neck relaxed. You have 2 more on each side, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over, centre and down, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over, centre and down. Last one on each side, chin to chest, lifting up, reach over, centre and down. Last one here, chin to chest, we lift, reaching, centre and down. From there, just hug those knees into your chest. and then we're going to be either on our knees or on our fronts, whichever you prefer. So if you don't like bearing weight on the knees, or I'll just move here so that my head isn't chopped off. If you don't like bearing weight on your knees, then you can lay on your fronts, so your legs will just be long and behind you, hands mat width apart in line with your ears, and you're doing chest lifts. If you're not sure on that, you can look back right to the beginning of all the videos, and there'll be some with me doing it there. If not, we're kneeling, and you want the knees to be directly underneath your hips, so they're not too wide apart. If you suffer from cramp in your legs, lower legs or your feet, tuck those toes under like I'm doing here. And your shoulders to be nice and relaxed away from the ears. You're tall through the upper body, but you're nodding that head in slightly just so that we don't get any fling back and straining in the neck. So on your knees, as you breathe in, you're going to tighten your tummy and lean back. Exhale, squeeze your bottom. Push yourself forwards. Leaning back. Lifting up. So you can keep this lean really small if you need to. Make sure you're using that squeeze of your bottom and the exhale to lift you. Shoulders are down. Use the pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll add in some more movement. Inhale back. Last one, inhale back. So if you're laying on your front, from here I want you to start adding a double arm lift as you're lifting away from the floor. If you're on your knees, you're taking your hands in front of your chest, so you're like this. You're still going to take a lean back. You might want to make it smaller here. Then you're going to twist. Come back to the centre, squeeze the bottom to lift. Leaning back, twist the other side. Centre, squeeze and lift. So my lean back is now smaller. Okay, so that I can control that twist and work through my waist. Leaning back, twist, centre. So your breathing will be different here. It doesn't matter how you breathe. If you can, try and get that, because it will just help to give you that extra momentum to lift up. Get those shoulders down. They shouldn't be lifting to the ears, they're relaxed. Elbows are pointing out each side. Let's take 2 more on each side. We're leaning back, twist, centre, lift. Lean, twist, centre, lift. One more time on each side. Lean back, twist, centre, lift. Last one, lean back, twist, centre, lift. From there, just relax yourself back into a shell stretch. Bottom to your feet. Reaching those arms out in front. Grab a drink and then we're going to be on our backs for the 100. Okay, so as you're laying on your back, what we want to do is have a flat back position. Just while we're talking through what we're doing, take the knees bent and the feet on the floor and just have your arms beside you. I'll talk you through and then we'll all go together. So we're going to have this nice tucked under flat back position. So you want to get that tilt of your pelvis so that your lower spine is into the floor. From here, I want you to lift your legs and you're lengthening them as much as you can. It doesn't matter here if we have that bend. I know I go on about this every time, but so many people forget. I would rather that you had your legs longer than tabletop but bent, and that you can sustain them throughout the exercise, than you force them straight and you have to stop after a few repetitions. There's no point, you're not going to gain anything from that. You're not going to benefit or improve because you're not going to be able to complete the exercise. So just work on getting those legs lifted, the length will come later. Once you've got that position, and if you are able to get your legs super, super long, and that's quite comfortable for you, I then want you to think about lowering those legs towards the floor but maintaining that flat back if you want to make that harder. From there, if your neck isn't feeling too sore, we're going to nod the head and lift the shoulders and bring those arms up with your palms facing the floor. So this week we've been pushing the arms up. So you're thinking about pushing up against resistance like water. And you've still got 100 repetitions, 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So the arms should look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, the hands are behind the head. Your legs are still long and lifted. And we're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards them. From there, the head rests down, bring the arms down beside you. Your legs are still long, and they're going to start to crisscross. 2 sets of 8. Then once we finish those last set of 8, we relax, hug those knees in, and then we're going to go into a full body stretch. Okay, so find a nice strong flat back position. When you're ready, you're going to lift and lengthen those legs as long as you can. Doesn't matter if those knees are still bent. From here, nod the head, lift the shoulders, arms are long, palms face the ceiling. Here we go. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind the head. Keep the legs lifted. We're sitting up for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, legs stay lifted, but the upper body and the arms rest down. Your legs are crisscrossing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Then reach into a full body stretch. From there, we're going to be coming up to sitting for our stretches, but grab a drink if you need one. So we're going to do the same stretches that we've done all week. So pigeon stretch. I'm going to demo that facing you so you can see what my legs are doing. So if you want to go into the full pigeon stretch and you don't know what I'm talking about, then what you're going to be doing is tucking your front leg in front. I don't know how well you can see that. If I follow my foot with my hand, this is the pigeon stretch position. That is the full position. If you're not able to get into that, which is fine, instead you're going to bring that foot as close to the hand as you can. So now my knee is bent and lifted. Okay, so whichever one you would prefer. I'm going to be doing one of each on each leg because I've got one really bad hip. So you'll see a bit of both. So either one that you want to do, either stepping forwards or tucking under. The back leg is then lengthening long and away. Okay, my leg here is still quite bent with the knee resting on the floor. That's just because of this higher position. So don't worry if that is you. From here, you're then either in a lifted position with your palms on the floor. If you're flexible enough, drop onto those forearms. Just holding here to take your nice deep breaths in and out. If you're on this knee, with this knee lifted, just make sure the knee isn't swaying out to the side. And you can take the hand on the outside of the leg if you need to there. Nice deep breaths. One more breath here. Relaxing there. We're going to swap sides. I'll show you this one round so you can see my leg. So again, either tucking the leg under or stepping the leg forwards. Again, either on those long arms, or if you're flexible enough, dropping down. So you'll see here that this back leg is now closer to the floor. Doesn't matter if with the leg tucked under you're still higher, but sometimes you can feel as though you can get that leg a little bit closer to the floor because this leg is closer to the floor as well. So again, just nice deep breaths. You're trying to control that breathing. Relaxing there. Okay, so we're going into our other stretch. So we've done this one again all week. So what we want to do is step one foot in front. And I want you to have the heel directly underneath your knee. So you should see here I've got like a right angle position. And then this back knee is underneath my hip. As if I move my arm, you can see here that I'm quite curved in my lower back here. And this is quite common. Luckily for you, it's exaggerated quite a lot because I'm pregnant. So what we're going to do here is we're not leaning into the legs like we usually do in this exercise. I want you to think about tucking your pelvis under. Hopefully you can see this difference as I tuck under in my back. See, now it's flat, now it's curved. So you're going to tuck under and then push down into this knee and this foot. So you should feel this thigh here firing up and you're squeezing as much as you can through your bottom to get this tucked under position. This leg should feel quite nice and relaxed. The rest of your body should be tall. Hold on to something, a wall or a chair if you need to. And relax. That exercise should feel quite uncomfortable as in you're working quite quickly. So we're swapping sides. Step the other foot up. Again, you've got this heel under this knee under this hip. Again, you can see I've got this curved position. We're going to go tuck under, so the bottom squeezes, push down into this leg. Should fire up through the front here, fire up in here. Just nice deep breaths. Don't lose that connection here. Don't start to relax. Keep it going. And relaxing there. Grab yourself a drink. And then bring yourself into sitting. into our frog position, just to release in those hips. I want you to have both feet tucked in like this, but I've got one leg lengthened just for my own hip reasons. So you're going to hold on to those feet in the centre and just wiggle those knees up and down. So you'll only see this in this leg, coming up and down. That's just releasing a little bit into the hip, trying to ease off a little bit of movement if we can. And relax there. From there, holding onto those feet again, you're going to start to pull yourself forwards. And here is where you can now push into the leg with the elbow to bring yourself further down. Good, okay, from here we're going to be on our hands and knees. So we did these exercises the other day. They're not new ones, but they're fairly new. Like, we usually do them as a part of another exercise. So we're going to work on arms first. If you want a small weight here, then you can. I'm going to demonstrate with and without. So this is just a 2 kilo kettlebell. But if you've got a dumbbell or wrist straps or baked bean tins, anything like that, that's fine. If you haven't got any weights or you don't want to use weights, that's also fine. You'll still get something from the exercise, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to be on our hands and knees, and you just want your weight to be one side of one hand. So mine is there. I don't know if you can see very well. Yeah. So what we're going to do is essentially a row, an exercise called a row, but you're doing it on all fours. So I'll talk you through it first, especially for those who didn't join in on whatever day this week it was that I did this. So on all fours, your legs just relax. Again, if you cramp up, give the toes a tuck under. We're going to be taking one hand, staying on one side. You're going to be bringing the hand up towards your hip. So if you're using a weight, it will come up beside you here. Okay, if you're not using a weight, still to the hip. I want you to think about squeezing your elbow into your side. Let me show you this front on so you can really see what my arm is doing. If you watch my elbow, me lifting up and in. So you pretty much can't see my arm because it's so tucked in. And with that pushing in, you're going to activate these muscles down here, your lats, and a little bit down the side of your tummy muscles. So as you're pulling the arm in, squeeze the elbow into your side, and that's whether you're using a weight or not. So we're going to go 10 on one side, 10 on the other, little break, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. I'll do the first set facing you like this so you can see the position my elbow is in, and then I'll turn to the side and do them like that. Okay, so I'll demo with weights on one side and without on the other, so again you can see both options. So make sure you're in a nice position here, take hold of that weight if you're using it, and we're going to be lifting up and down, up and down, breathe and down, breathe and down, and down, halfway, lift and in, we squeeze and in, squeeze and in, last 2, squeeze and in, squeeze and in. Change size, so change the weight if you need to. I'll demo without on this side. Lift up and down, lift and down, squeeze in and down, breathe and down. Halfway, lift and down, elbow in and down, up and down, last 2, lift and down, lift and down. Relax that, just shake up those wrists if you need to. So if your wrists are starting to feel really sore, you can do this from a forearm position. You just won't get as much movement, but you can do that if you want to, okay? So we're going to be going again, 10 on each side. So I'll show you side on this time. Off we go, lifting up and down, up and down. Squeeze in and down, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down, halfway, lift and down, elbow in and down, and down, last two, lift and down, lift and down, changing sides, we're lifting up and down, up and down, breathe, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down, halfway, and down, squeeze in and down, last two, lift and down, lift and down, relax there, roll through those wrists. Well done if you managed that with the weight, really good. Grab a drink. We're still going to be on our hands and knees, but there is an option to rest those wrists if you need to. So, this time we're working on the legs. So we're going to do what's called a donkey kick. It's not a very glamorous name. Lots of you will have done this with me already. So essentially, it's pushing one leg up towards the ceiling. Ideally, you want it in like a 90-degree angle. But it doesn't matter if it's small. And again, we're going to do the same format. 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Rest, 10, 10. If you want to be on your forearms, just drop yourself down. You just might feel it a little bit, excuse me. You just might feel it a little bit more in those hips. But if you need to rest the wrists, it's fine to be down here. Okay? And even if that's changing halfway through. So 10 on one leg, 10 on the other. Just make sure you don't drop that head or force it up to look down to the mat. Here we go. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Breathe and down. Lift and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're swapping legs. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Halfway. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there, roll the wrists. So we're going to do that again on each side. So remember here, you can drop on your forearms. I'll do these ones on my forearms just so that you can see that demo if you need it. Okay, here we go. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Breathe, lift and down. Lift and down. And down, halfway, up and down, tighten the tummy, and down, lift and down, last two, lift and down, lift and down, we're swapping sides, lifting up and down, lift and down, we lift and down, breathe and down, halfway, and down, lift. And down, lift and down, lift and down. Last one, lift and down. From here, just stretch yourself back into a shell stretch. Roll in the wrists if you need to. Well done. Okay. Staying on our hands and knees. If your knees and your wrists are really sore, grab something to go underneath them, cushion or anything like that is fine. We're just going to go into knee lifts to begin with, and then into our planks. So, again, hands and knees, but this time those toes tuck under. If your wrists are feeling really sore, remember you can come down to those forearms. We want the forearms parallel, either in a fist or resting down, up to you. But if those wrists are sore, then just drop down, it's not a problem. As you breathe out, I want you to pull the tummy in as much as you can, pressing into your hands and your feet, lifting your knees up, just an inch or so. Inhale down. Exhale to lift and down. Lifting up and down. So you're thinking tummy is lifting you. Hands and feet are there for support. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. You want to try and keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. So just make sure that you're not dropping the head or forcing it up. So if you're on long arms, you're looking just past those fingertips. If you're on your forearms, just look straight down towards that mat. Let's take 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Again, relaxing there and rolling through those wrists. You can take a stretch back if you need to. So then we're going to be going into our planks. The same plank that we've done all week. So going from your forearms up onto long arms, building that upper body strength. If you've not done it before, that's fine. I'm going to demonstrate everything through for you. But most of you will have done this. Yeah, so let's get started. So we're all starting on our forearms. Make sure your upper body is towards the front of your mat. Remember, those forearms are parallel to one another, so they shouldn't cross or open out. It'll make it really difficult for you to move that hand if it is. You're going to be stepping one leg back, long and away behind you, taking the weight into the toes, and the other leg should come and meet it, nice and close together. Tuck under and find your nice long plank position. Lean yourself over into one side. Place one hand under the shoulder. Push yourself up into your high plank. Hold here for a breath in and out. And then you relax. And then we get ready to go again. Tuck under, find that plank. Leaning over. Press down, lift. Strong plank. And then you relax there. Keep going there. What I want you to make sure you think about is the movement of your arm. As you lean, you need to then get that hand under your shoulder. If you leave it far away, it's going to be really difficult to lift. It doesn't matter if you're stuck in that position, if you're not able to lift up. Hold there to take your breath and then relax. And then when you go again, you can try on the other side. And that's going to help to build that strength to eventually lift all the way up. Make sure both of these plank positions are strong. So you're in that nice long line. And as you lift up, you're in that diagonal line. Don't let the bottom sink too much. You'll put pressure in your back. Breathe. Squeezing the bottom. Tightening that tummy. So you know you've got to take that breath in and out at the top. You shouldn't be holding your breath throughout the exercise. Nice deep breath is going to make that transition easier. Okay? Remember, forearms are parallel. If you're feeling quite confident and strong at this, then try lifting up on the other side first. So you know you're getting that strength evenly throughout both sides of your body. Nice deep breaths. Keep it controlled. Take them in your own time. We're not rushing here. Lean, lift, lift, relax. So we've got 2 more here. Step back, tucking under, leaning over, press down, lift, relax. Last one here. Step back, tucking under, leaning over, press up and up, hold, and relax. As you relax there, just roll through those wrists. Control that breathing. Good, we're going to take a nice stretch out before we finish today. So we're just going to do our curving and our lifting of the chest. So we just need to take those arms in like a circle shape, interlace the fingers in front. Pull the tummy in to curve your back and drop your head through that gap so you're looking down. And you can do this standing, kneeling or seated, whatever you find more comfortable. Relaxing there. This time bring the arms back and behind you. Interlace the fingers. Reach the arms back. Lift the chest and just look up towards the ceiling. Relax there, doing each one more time. Interlace the fingers around in the arms and then the back and drop the head down. Relaxing there, take those arms behind, reach back and lift. Good, again, either seated, kneeling or standing. I'm going to roll those shoulders back. Make sure you're tall through the upper body. And rolling forwards. Take the arms out to the side, nice and long. We're lifting all the way up. I'd like to reach over. Coming back to the centre. Lifting all the way up. Reaching over. One more time on each side, lifting up. And over. We're lifting up. And over. And relaxing there. That's the end of today's session. Thank you so much everybody for joining me today and all week. Just a reminder that there is not a class on Monday because it's my husband's 30th birthday. So we're hoping for some more sunshine so that we can go out maybe to the beach and celebrate or something. But if you still want to do a class, all of my previous classes, right from the very beginning of lockdown up until today, which I think is 14 or 15 full weeks, are all either on this Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, Miranda Whiting, or on my YouTube channel, which is also Miranda Whiting. So if you do want to still do a class, or you just want to do some extra ones over the weekend, then feel free to look back and find those. And if you can't, then just leave me a comment below or drop me a message and I'll send you the links. I hope you'll have a lovely weekend. Hopefully we get some more sunshine. And I'll see you all on Tuesday and for the rest of next week. Bye!